guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm sitting outside my balcony and for today's video I decided to do a Q&A regarding Korean succulents. Okay, question number 1. Saan mo nakukuha yung mga Korean succulents mo? Well, hindi ko alam yung policy sa ibang bansa, but in the Philippines, mainly there's two ways kung paano mo makukuha yung mga succulents mo. The first way is through social media. Madaming Facebook groups and madami ding mga online sellers na nag-i-specialize sa mga Korean succulents. I mostly get mine from Succulent City and Desert Beauties. Si Desert Beauties, kailan lang ako nag-start bumili, but basically what you do is you like their Facebook page, and from time to time, about maybe 2 or 3 times per month, nagpo-post sila ng mga pictures doon ng mga upcoming plans nila, and what you just do is you just comment mine and how many pots you want. And then sila nang bahala doon. With Succulent City naman, meron silang group. It's a group open for members. I think it's members only, and basically they have batches then per month. It's really big batches. So if you have special requests or meron kang plant na gusto dun sa mga list nila, all you have to do is just comment mine and basically just wait until the batch arrives, and babayaran mo lang siya through online bank transfers, Paymaya. I think you can do online bank transfers in Paymaya anyway. And then ayan, i-ship na nila sa inyo. It's very very hassle free. And for the second way naman, this is harder to do kasi this involves a lot of paperwork, but basically what you want to do is go online and go to xplant.kr. This is basically a Lazada for plant enthusiasts like you and me na you just need to pick from a really really wide range of plants. You can actually get orchids there, flowering plants. You can even get, I think, trees, seedlings from there. But basically you just have to choose, add to cart, and then have the plant shipped to you. But the problem is, dito sa Pilipinas, aside from the phytosanitary certificate na makukuha mo from the plant seller, you have to secure a lot of permits from BPI, that is the Bureau of Plant Industry. And I think for most of us, no, na hobby natin tong cultivation ng mga plants, hassle siya kasi I have a day job. I don't have the time to go to the BPI office and file a lot of paperwork. So personally, I strongly suggest you guys go the social media route, because these sellers, they have the necessary permits and hindi na kayo mahihirapan. It's a hassle-free. So unless you have plans to resell those plants from xplant.kr, you're better off getting your plants from social media. Don't worry, I'll be posting the links from where I get my plants. So if you're interested, just check them out. Question number 2, how long have you been collecting plants? Well, I started collecting maybe around that was July of 2018. And like everyone else na hobbyist ng succulents, I started with common plants. Nagkaroon ako ng Black Prince, nagkaroon ako ng Bicata, nagkaroon ako ng Adolphi. Patay na sila lahat ngayon. But I started collecting Korean succulents. Basically, it's just the same year, 2018, and the first one I got was an Echeveria Onslow. I got it from Succulent City, and so patay na din siya ngayon. Hindi siya nakasurvive ng summer. Hindi niya na-survive ang summer 2019. It's gone. It's a goner. But from there, I did my research, and from trial and error, natuto ako. If you guys wanna get into the hobby, it's normal lang na mamatayan kayo ng plants in the first few months. I've been collecting for almost 2 years, namamatayan pa din ako, and You just have to do your research and don't be afraid to experiment on your plants. Succulents are very, very forgiving. And also, if you don't know what to do, there's a thriving community on Facebook. Pwede kayong sumali sa mga Facebook groups. Um, if you want links, just send me a message. You can comment below. That's fine. I'll send you links. If you have questions, you can actually message me. I'll try my best to help you. But yeah, basically, I've been collecting for about a year and a half now. And so far, masaya naman. So, masaya naman. And there are so many people, hindi mo akalain na madami rin palang mga plant enthusiasts dito sa Pilipinas. And it's a great community. It's a great community. And you guys should try it. Definitely. Bakit walang ugat yung halaman ko nung pinadala siya sa akin? Well, alam nyo, nagtataka din ako dyan nung una. Like, bakit wala siyang roots? Ang pangit-pangit, tutubo ba to? But trust me guys, succulents are tough plants. Kailangan lang niya ng konting soil, konting tubig, magro-roots yan. But basically, plants are shipped bare-rooted kasi it's a policy for most countries. Well, I don't think most, no? I think it's all countries na pag nagpasok ka ng halaman from another country, they should be treated with the appropriate fungicides and pesticides as well as being bare-rooted kasi we don't want to risk foreign parasites or foreign pests from coming into your country and upsetting the whole ecosystem. If you've heard of invasive species, there are some countries na nagkaroon sila ng mga invasive foreign species just because merong mga nagpuslit ng mga plants and plant products into another country without the appropriate paperworks and treatments. Kaya basically the invasive species is eating or overwhelming the native species, and we don't want that to happen. And also, bare rooting has the extra benefit of making the plants easier to package. And besides, as I've mentioned, succulents are very forgiving. They're very tough. Kung wala pa silang roots, they're gonna drink from their roots. Oh my god, I'm sorry. Kung wala silang roots, they're gonna drink from their leaves. For example, this one. This is an Echeveria lawi. I got this from Desert Beauties. It's been with me for a few weeks, pero hanggang ngayon, guys, wala pa siyang roots. Ayaw ma-focus. Wala pa siyang roots, and it's fine. Iniinom lang niya yung mga water supplies niya from the leaves. But I've heard talaga lawi takes time to root. So that's fine. Pag nakatanggap kayo ng bare-rooted plant in the mail, ipatong nyo lang siya sa soil. And wag nyo siyang diligan until you see new roots that are reaching out. Once nakakita na kayo ng roots, pwede nyo siyang i-plant na, and then diligan nyo siya ng increasing increments over the course of a few weeks until your plant gets established, and it's gonna be fine. Next question. Bakit ang mahal? What is the price range for Korean succulents? I would say ang price range for Korean succulents would be about 500 for the cheapest and around 3,000 for the most or the more expensive ones. And I think there's a few factors contributing to this. Unang-una, since they're gonna be coming from overseas, there's gonna be an import tax, obviously. And yung mga sellers natin, they have the price covers. I think it still covers the import tax. Second is how rare the plant is in the market. If you have rare plants na mahirap silang i-grow and konti lang ang mga nurseries na nag-grow, of course, the price is gonna be higher. The third reason I think is kung bakit sila mahal is yung size. I have big plants. I have a big orange Monroe. It's back there. Let me get it. Okay, yeah. Oh. I have an orange Monroe. This is a really big orange Monroe. When I got it, it was almost as big as my palm. And I think the reason, no, I mean, orange monroes are really common sa mga nurseries. But, since this one is bigger, this one is definitely older and more established. That's why, mas mahal siya. I think I got this for about 1,000, 1,200. If you have, meron kasing makikitang mga monroes na maliliit dito and they're gonna be cheaper. Because they're smaller, younger plants, obviously. That's why they are cheaper. And then, another reason kung bakit mahal sila is because of variegation. Variegation, I've discussed this in my other videos, no. Pag variegation is a random mutation kung saan nagkakaroon ng mga places in your plant na walang pigment. It either appears as a pale yellow stripe or a white stripe on your leaves. And I have another example here. This is a variegated Graptopetalum myrinae. Graptopetalum myrinae is normally green and then nagiging yellow, not yellowish, nagiging pinkish siya when it's stressed. Mine is variegated and it's really small, but it's variegated. And for us collectors, when we see variegated plants, it's something that happens so rarely. We are more willing to pay higher prices for plants with variegation since it's a random mutation and you cannot induce it. Guys, if you see, I've seen some plants na like binibenta in the market na sabihin nila it's variegated and then ibebenta nila with higher prices. Tapos after a few months, mawawala yung variegation. Guys, those are chemically induced variegation. Naglalagay sila ng mga, I don't know what kinds of chemicals ang nilalagay nila to induce variegation in the plant. And I think that's a really bad practice. Lalo na if you're a beginner, tapos makikita mo, ay, variegated siya. I'm gonna spend money. Please don't. Please don't. Lalo na if you just see them in the market, you know. If you want variegated plants, you can check out the Facebook groups if for recommendations on reputable sellers ng mga variegated plants. And for sure, meron kayong makikita a lot, and the community is very, very willing to help. Okay, next question is, bakit po nung binili ko yung Korean succulent ko, pink siya, tapos ngayon green na? Kahit anong gawin ko, ayaw nang bumalik sa dating color. Well, hindi ka nag-iisa. If you buy a Korean succulent, you have to keep in mind na pinalaki sila sa mga nursery na controlled ang mga conditions. Controlled ang temperature, controlled ang water intake nila. Meron silang sariling formulation nila ng mga soil mix, and meron din silang mga fertilizers, plant food, and whatnot. So, it's basically impossible for the home grower to accurately replicate yung conditions ng nurseries dun sa garden mo, because we have microclimates. What works for another gardener's garden might not work for you. And for example, this one I have here, this is a moonstone, Pachyphytum oviferum. I think this is a Momo Bijin. When it first arrived sa akin, ang kulay nito is para siyang peachy pink color. Pero once it stayed in my garden, in my microclimate, where it's almost always humid, like 90% of the time, and wala lang humidity dito sa garden ko kapag around January, Feb, ganyan. Nawalan siya ng stress colors. Hindi na siya pink. But the plant is doing fine. It's not dying. It's a healthy plant. It's well established. Yun nga lang, hindi ko na ma-replicate yung mga conditions dun sa greenhouse na pinanggalingan niya. That's fine. It doesn't mean your plant is dying. It doesn't mean your plant is unhealthy. And wag kang madi-disappoint, because you have to keep in mind then na ayun nga, controlled ang conditions sa greenhouse. And for an amateur hobbyist like me, hindi ko naman kayang gawin kung ano yung ginagawa ng mga uh, nurseries sa Korea. I mean, 'di ba, weather pa lang sa Korea, ibang-iba na sa weather natin. Koreans have, I think, temperate climates compared to ours na tropical climate siya, and it's very hot and humid. So, at least what you can do naman is to get a shade net para hindi sila ma-sunburn. I find my Korean succulents, lagi silang prone sa sunburn. So, ayun, yun lang ang kinasasama ng loob ko. But otherwise, they're fine. Don't sweat it too much kung hindi mo makuha yung stress colors or yung original color nila nung nakita mo sa picture versus nung ngayon na established na siya sa'yo. Next question, mayroon po bang special considerations or special care na ginagawa kayo sa mga Korean succulents nyo? Wala. Kung paano ko inaalagaan yung mga succulents ko galing sa Benguet, ganon din sila. Kung kailan ko dinidiligan yung mga galing ng Benguet, ganon din sila. They're succulents. I mean, they can thrive in tough conditions. Actually, 'di ba, mas namamatay nga sila pag lagi natin silang pinapansin. Lagi natin silang parang ano sila, kumbaga, sabi nga ng kanta, too much love will kill you. So, some of them hindi ko na nga pinapansin ni. And then makikita mo ang ganda-ganda nila. They thrive on neglect. So, don't sweat it too much. There's no special care needed for your Korean succulents. Treat them the same as how you would treat the ones that you get locally. For the last question, what is your favorite Korean succulent? Do you really just make me choose? I don't have a favorite. I like all of them. But, I guess, kung ibibase natin siya sa ease of care, it's gonna be my Echeveria Monroe. Sobrang dali niyang alagaan. Never siyang nagkaroon ng issue, never siyang nagka-mealybugs, never siyang na-sunburn, hindi siya sumpungin. Meron akong plant na sobrang sumpungin niya. Nag-aaway kaming dalawa. Let me get it for you. Okay, nakuha ko na siya. Ito yung lagi kong kaaway. This is Corpuscularia lemaniae. It is what you would commonly call ice plant. Variegated siya. It's one of my more expensive purchases. Ang ganda niya, diba? Kaso, no matter what kind of care I do for it, less water, ayaw niya. Matakaw talaga sa tubig ang ice plant. So, kailangan you water it from time to time. And lately, dahil mainit na, tingnan nyo, kulubot siya. Kahit anong gawin ko, ayaw mag-plump ng leaves niya. Lagi kong minimist to, not like my others. Pero maganda siya. It's just that, nag-aaway na kaming dalawa sa sobrang weird niya. Sa lahat ng mga succulents ko, siya lang ang ganyan. But, of course, like all my plants, I love it just the same. Oh my God, why did you have to ask me if I have favorites, no? I have a lot of plants here. Another, I would say favorite then. Another cute one I have is this one. This is Crassula Glow. Variegated. Medyo mahal. And wala pa siyang roots. Katulad ni Lawi. So, nandito lang sila. Wala silang ginagawa. Hinihintay ko lang. Oh my God. Hinihintay ko lang silang mag-roots. Pero ang cute din niya. Mukha siyang candy. Diba? Cute. Pero yun. Just waiting for them to root, and then I'm gonna pot them in their own pots. I have a lot of new plants galing ng Korea. I have more coming. Na-stuck lang sila kasi dahil sa extended community quarantine, which, by the way, guys, oh my God, it's not extended, it's enhanced. I'm sorry, but yeah, by the way, the enhanced community quarantine for Luzon is extended until April 30. I hope you guys are safe at home. And wag makulit, stay indoors unless you absolutely have to go out. That's it for today's video. Sana may natutunan kayo. Kung meron po kayong mga tanong, meron kayong mga comments, pwede niyo po akong i-PM, private message, or mag-leave lang kayo ng comment dito sa baba. I'll try my best to answer all your concerns. Keep safe, guys. Have a great day. Bye!